What's up, Gooners? PSG want to sign an Arsenal star if Julian Alvarez rejects them. A 19-year-old striker's agent just confirmed Arsenal are in pole position after dominating Saliba and Gabriel Jesus has made a decision about his future if Arsenal don't give him a new contract. But first, smash that subscribe button because we're bringing you Arsenal transfer news straight from the agents themselves every single day. Let's go! Gooners, Paris Saint-Germain want to sign Gabriel Martinelli. But there's a twist to this story. According to Mediafoot, PSG are keen to bolster their attack in the summer, and Atletico Madrid star Julian Alvarez is their top target. However, the French champions are aware that it's not an easy deal to pull off, which is why they have other names on their list. And the report claims that Arsenal star Martinelli has been identified as PSG's Plan B. Here's what's happening with Martinelli's situation, and this is absolutely critical. The Brazilian will enter the final 2 years of his contract this summer, and with the Gunners looking for an upgrade on the left wing, he could be on the move. Arsenal are expected to make at least one big sale in the upcoming summer transfer window. The Gunners spent in excess of £200 million on 8 new players last year, and there is now a need to recoup some of that money. It has been revealed that Martinelli wants to finish this season in the most beautiful way by winning the Premier League and Champions League. But after that, he is ready to explore his options. A move to PSG could well be on the cards. The reigning European champions, one of the best clubs in the world, playing with the likes of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and Bradley Barcola. That's an appealing project for any player. PSG are right to have Alvarez as their top target, but there's no guarantee they'll get him. Reports have claimed that Alvarez's preference is either Barcelona or a Premier League club from London. That's bad news for PSG, but great news for Arsenal. The best-case scenario for Arsenal: sign Alvarez themselves and then sell Martinelli to PSG for a decent fee. If Andrea Berta can pull that off, it will be one of his best moves yet as the Gunners' sporting director. Arsenal get Alvarez, PSG get Martinelli. Everyone's happy. That's perfect business. Would you swap Martinelli for Alvarez? Comment swap or keep Martinelli. While PSG chase Martinelli, there's a 19-year-old striker whose agent just made a huge claim. Gooners, this is massive. Christian Kofane's agent has confirmed Arsenal are leading the race to sign the 19-year-old striker, and his claim about the player's value will blow your mind. Kofane seems to have made quite the impression on Arsenal. The Bayer Leverkusen star produced a brilliant performance against the Gunners in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16 clash. Kofane dominated William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. That's not something many strikers can proudly say about themselves. Listen to what Kofane's agent Eric DiPolo told Daily Arsenal word for word, and this is absolutely critical. Yes, Arsenal's interest is genuine. The manager Mikel Arteta likes him very much. Then came the bombshell about Arsenal's position. I think it is too early to say which club is leading the race, but due to the fact that the player speaks Spanish, like Mikel Arteta, and that William Saliba is originally from Cameroon, I would say Arsenal are in pole position. Arsenal are in pole position. That's his agent saying that publicly. DiPolo continued, "Yes, there is contact between me and Arsenal, but their focus right now is to win the league. From there, everything will start moving." Then came the crazy valuation. He is a €100 million, that's £87 million player. With Kofane, Arsenal will have a top striker for the next 10 years. The agent continued selling his player. "I have never had as many calls in my life as now regarding Kofane. Right now, he is the best U21 striker in Europe and the most complete one. He has speed, technique, defends very well, and is strong in the air. It is very difficult to find all these attributes in one striker." Now DiPolo has publicly called Kofane an £87 million player. But that price tag is a bit unrealistic for a transfer. The striker is still only 19, has only played 1,745 minutes of senior football at Bayer Leverkusen, and still has a lot to learn. Florian Plettenberg revealed on Wednesday that Leverkusen are demanding €60 to €70 million. That's £52 to £61 million for Kofane. That's a much more realistic price tag. The 19-year-old has directly contributed to 15 goals in 17 starts this season. That's an excellent return for someone of his age. Should Arsenal pay £60 million for 19-year-old Christian Cafane? Comment yes or no. While Arsenal chase Cafane, Gabriel Jesus has made a decision about his future. Gooners, Gabriel Jesus' future at Arsenal is up in the air, and he's made a decision about what happens next. The Brazilian has fallen down the pecking order and is currently third choice behind Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz. Even Mikel Merino could be preferred over him. The former Manchester City man is also set to enter the final year of his contract in the coming months, which further raises questions about what happens next. According to Bruno Andrade, speaking on Sports Center Brazil, here's what Jesus wants, and this is absolutely critical. His intention is a renewal. Arsenal, for now, haven't called him to talk. They haven't given him an idea about the future. Gabriel Jesus is well, he's confident, he's being used. He's not a starter, obviously the competition is strong, but he has been important. Then came Jesus' priorities. If it depends on Gabriel Jesus, priority number 1 is renewal at Arsenal. Point 2. If he leaves Arsenal, the priority is English football, the Premier League. So Jesus wants to stay at Arsenal and extend his contract. But there has been no clear indication from the Gunners' hierarchy about a new contract yet. And that is not expected to change. Jesus seems to be aware of the possibility that he will not get a new deal at Arsenal, so he has thought about leaving the club, but he doesn't want to leave England, the country he has called home since joining Manchester City in 2017. Jesus has publicly expressed his desire to extend his Arsenal contract, but that seems extremely unlikely at this stage. For Arsenal, selling Jesus to another Premier League club could actually benefit them. Premier League clubs are likely to offer the highest transfer fees. Teams in Italy, France, Germany and Brazil are unlikely to match those financial packages. Andrea Berta's priority should be maximising the transfer fee. And if a Premier League club offers the most money, Arsenal should take it. Should Arsenal sell Jesus to another Premier League club? Comment, sell or keep. Rio Ferdinand names the Arsenal star who could be the biggest factor in them winning the title. Rio Ferdinand claims that Max Daumann could be key in helping Arsenal to win the Premier League title over the last 7 matches. Daumann helped Arsenal beat Everton in the Premier League a few weeks back, and he could now be key over the final few weeks of the season. Speaking about the teenager, he told Rio Ferdinand Presence, "Max Daumann could be the biggest factor in Arsenal winning the league from this point on. I want to see him protected, I need to see him protected, and this is how I want to see Mikel Arteta do that." Lamine Yamal, Neymar, Cristiano and Henry all played out wide in the early parts of their careers. Why? To protect them. Play them out wide where there's less contact at times, you can see more of the game. The game is a bit slower out there at times. If he positions himself well, allow him to have the freedom to roam inside at times. But starting him and always being in there can be a big hindrance in terms of his physicality long term. And I don't want to see him become a Wilshere, who coached him and spoke greatly about him. But I don't want to see him become a Wilshere, a huge talent, but involved in far too many collisions in the middle of the park too early in his career, and that was a massive dent in his career, going to where maybe it should have gone without those injuries. Max Daumann should go to the World Cup. Ferdinand is also backing Daumann to go to the World Cup with England this summer. The former Manchester United defender added, "Plus, I definitely think he should go to the World Cup." Daumann could actually be the perfect wildcard pick for Thomas Tuchel this summer, having already shown his immense talent. Having someone like Daumann to come off the bench who can run at tired legs could be far better than taking someone like Jared Bowen or Noni Madueke. That's it for today, Gooners. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and hit subscribe for Arsenal news every single day. And drop a comment letting me know, where are you watching from? London? Nigeria? USA? Let's see how global this Arsenal family is. Come on, you Gunners!